Day 604 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1351, count negative numbers in a sorted matrix. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given an n by n matrix grid which is sorted in non-increasing order, both row-wise and column-wise, return the number of negative numbers in grid. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples anyway, just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So, in example 1, we have our input grid equals a 2D array of integers. First array is 4, 3, 2, 1. Second array is 3, 2, 1, negative 1. The first array is 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, negative 1. Second array is 3, 2, 1, negative 1. Third array is 1, 1, negative 1, negative 2. And the last array is negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. The output is 8 because there are 8 negative numbers in this 2D array or in this grid, sorted matrix, right? Explanation says there are 8 negative numbers in the matrix. We have 1 right here. We have 1 right here. That's 2. This is 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in total, there's 8 negative numbers, and that's why the output is 8. Now let's take a look at example 2 where they might try to throw a trick question our way where there is no negative numbers or where there are not any negative numbers in the input grid. So in example 2, our input grid equals a 2D array of integers 3 and 2, and then 1 and 0. The output is 0 because in this grid there are no negative integers, so we return 0. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. The solution is not that difficult at all. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we need to get the total number of rows in the grid. So all we're going to do for that is we're going to say let rows equal grid.count. Boom. Then we need the total number of columns in the grid. So we're going to say let cos, sorry y'all, I should say cos equal grid square bracket 0. Come outside of that dot count. Boom. Then we need to start from the top right corner of the grid, and we're going to track the current row with R, and C is going to track the current column. So I'll show you what I mean by that. We're going to declare a variable, open up the parentheses, R, comma, C, so it's going to be a tuple, and we're going to set that equal to 0, or open up the parentheses, 0, comma, cos minus 1. So once again, R is going to track the current row, and C is going to track the current column. Then we're going to we need a variable to store the count of negative numbers. So we can declare a variable called res, set that equal to 0 to start, and that's just going to keep where we're going to keep count. Now we need to traverse the grid while staying within bounds. So we're going to say while R is less than rows and 2 and signs, C is greater than or equal to 0, then we're going to open up the brackets, and if the current value is negative, we need to check that by saying if grid square bracket R square bracket C is less than 0, that means it's negative. We're going to open up the brackets, and all values below this cell in the same column are also negative because rows are sorted, so we're going to add all remaining rows from R to the bottom by saying res plus equals, open up the parentheses and say rows minus R. Boom, then we need to move left to check the previous column by coming underneath that, and we're going to say C minus equals 1. Boom. Now else, we come right here, and we'll say else, open up the bracket. If the current value is non-negative, we're going to move down to the next row by saying R plus equals 1. Now we just need to return the total count of negative numbers in the grid by coming right here, and we can say return res, y'all. So that should be all she wrote. Let's give it a run before we submit it. Make sure that works. It works, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still running properly after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'd like to see, y'all. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.